Good morning YouTube, here's everything you need to know about Rampart, hopefully in under 5 minutes. It would help out a great deal if you could like and subscribe and tell me in the comments if this is the kind of content that you're looking for, or if you'd like me to do this for some other legends. Obviously if you subscribe, I normally upload montages and game clips, but I'm also going to be trying to move into the commentary space and showing some tips and tricks that I've picked up along the way with, to be honest, all the other legends that I've used. So anyway, let's get into Rampart. I'm going to show you her abilities and end the video with some tips and tricks that will set you apart from other Rampart players. Rampart's a defensive legend by class. She's in the weird can-be offensive defensive vibes such as Gibraltar and Caustic rather than a Watson who's strictly defense. Her passive is modded loader, which to be honest is quite underwhelming. It's faster reload speeds on LMGs and extra bullets. However, for something like the Spitfire, the reload speed time is negligible and it gives you, with a purple mag, 63 bullets instead of 55, so with an extra 8, if you're not killing someone in 55, you're not going to be killing them in 63. It also doesn't seem to work at the moment on the Devotion. We'll have to see if that gets patched and it's a bug. No word on respawn from it yet. Rampart's tactical is amped cover. This is what really sets her apart from the other legends. At any one time she can have 5 walls in place, but be careful not to place a 6th or it will destroy the first one that you placed. The top part of her wall is amped. This means you can shoot through it, not be shot, and your bullets do an extra 20% damage to anyone shooting through. So that's you or your teammates shooting out, extra 20% damage. Amazing. This does not apply to grenades. So if you chuck an arc star, it will do the same damage as if you chucked it around the wall. While we're talking about grenades, arc stars and grenades can be thrown out through your wall, but cannot be thrown the other way at you. Handy, eh? The one exception to that is thermites, because they can damage you through your wall if they are thrown right. So Rampart can carry 3 walls at any one time, with a 30-second recharge for every additional wall after that. The walls have 1 HP until they're fully erected, so be careful when you're placing them as they're easily shot out. This is really important, because if you're trying to place them in a very quick defensive mode because you're being shot, they're useless. Walls that aren't damaged, say for instance you've bunkered up in a building and you need to move zones, can be picked up to restore a charge if you have any of your 3 remaining left. However, those that have been damaged can only be destroyed, which will I guess stop your enemies from using them, but also just destroy them and you get nothing back. You can't double stack her walls for an extra boost in damage. Unfortunately it just destroys a wall that the bullet passes through second, so don't bother with that. Another thing about walls, placing them at the top of zip lines or staircases doesn't really make much of a difference because the zip lines will throw you over the wall through the amped part, which is easily climbable for any legend, and on a staircase any legend could just climb straight over. They're not a very good barricade, they're more used as a shooting gallery. So how does she interact with other legends? Pretty much the same with grenades really. So Revenant and Bangalore can use their silence and smoke from your side, shooting it through, but enemies shooting them at you, so if a Revenant from another team tries to silence you and it hits your wall, it won't damage you. Caustic gas, however, even friendly, will damage your wall, so make sure when bunkering up you're doing it outside the gas area of effect or you're just going to be doing constant damage to your own walls. Also, don't place a wall second one of your caustic barrels from your team has gone off because it'll just destroy. Like I said, it's got 1 HP. If you're coming up against an opposing Rampart, the walls can be punched out in 2 punches by teammates or enemies, so anyone can punch out a wall in 2 punches, even though the walls actually have an effective HP of 400, where the amp section has a HP of 175. So if you're shooting at one, 175 for the top, 400 for the bottom, or just simply 2 punches. Rampart's ultimate is Sheila, an emplacement minigun that you drop down and will have incredible damage per second it gets wound up. Think of it a bit like a Havoc, where after that short reload, the short charge time, it will blow through people. It's like that, but even stronger and can do up to 2,941 damage to the body if Rampart's using it through her amped walls. That's 173 bullets that it just spits out. You can have 3 of these down at any one time so that the rest of your team can use them if you've got some more accelerants lying around or you're in one place for a while. Be aware though that other legends will only have 150 bullets compared to Rampart's 173. And obviously they've got a shorter reload time, as Rampart's passive has shortened reload times for LMGs and it also has more bullets, so that's why she gets that extra boost. So overall it's an incredibly powerful ultimate that when used right will absolutely destroy teams. But you promised us tips and tricks. I did. So Rampart has a couple of little niche tips and tricks that will really make her useful in the kind of off-the-cuff situation that you find yourself in every game. If someone throws a grenade at you and you have an amped wall ready, chuck it down between you and the grenade. Even though it only has 1 HP, it will block all damage from that grenade, apart from if it's a thermite, obviously, because it will have already landed and set fire to you. But for a grenade or an arc star, drop it down, you're completely safe, waste of a grenade. Another good use of panic walling, which I'm going to call it because to be honest you only have to do it when you're in a panic, if someone is chasing you into a building and you drop that door behind you, and normally you'd sit on it and you'd wait for them to kick it and try and spray to get all of their health down in 2 seconds, drop an amped wall there. They can't open the door at that point. They have to kick the door down, then face you shooting with 20% extra damage through that wall straight into their face. Obviously they can't hit you as well. So you're in a very, very, very strong position from when you'd be in a very weak one. Also, if you just need to escape, dropping your wall straight in front of the door will mean that they have to kick the door twice because it can't open, even though you've already ran, and then destroy your wall, which will either have 1 HP if it's not fully formed, or it will take 2 punches, or 400 damage if they don't know that they can punch it in 2 shots, which you do because you watched the video. But that gives you that extra time to get away, pop a shield cell, or just escape. A tip when it comes to using Sheila is that it will blast through doors. Doors normally can be kicked down, grenaded down, but never shot down. And that's something that Sheila adds to the table. Whether that's you chasing a team and shooting through a door, being maybe endgame in a ranked game that you're sweating and someone's hiding behind a door knowing that they're full well and safe, you stick your turret down, they are gone. It also works incredibly well with what I mentioned just previously. When someone is trying to chase you into a room, you've stuck on the wall, you stick your amped cover down, you drop your Sheila quickly, you jump in and start spraying. When they're trying to kick the door, they'll either see Sheila and try and think, I'm not having any of that, and stand on the other side of the door, or if they carry on kicking, you're going to blow that door before they expect it to go. All cover's gone, and they're taking incredible amounts of damage to the face. But the one tip that I think is probably least appreciated with Rampart is her ability to get to places that people don't expect her. Every legend bar Pathfinder, Octane and Revenant have a strict level of what level they can climb to. So Pathfinder can grapple, Octane can jump pads, Revenant has got the extra climb. Rampart fits into this. She can put her down an amped wall and climb higher on top of it. So she will climb on top of the wall, and then she will be able to get to places that normally she wouldn't be able to reach without climbing on top of a wall first. So you can use this to breach into buildings that people would not be expecting. They'll see a Rampart and they'll think, I'm fine, I'm upstairs, I'm fine. They're not. You can also use this to peek through certain windows on the map. It's going to be very useful on King's Canyon when that comes back into the rotation, because there's so many holes that if you just get a little bit higher you can see through. So like I say, make sure if you're chasing a team or if you've got a team pinned in a building, drop your walls, look up and over, and you should be able to do whatever you need to do to get those shots away. So that's enough from me. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, drop a like, drop a subscribe if you want to come back for more. I don't know if this is going to become a regular series, if people want more, or some proper in-depth tips from someone that's a Predator level for some of the other legends. Let me know in the comments and I will happily do that for you. But like I say, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.